and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead. Today we are out here. As you can see, I am standing right next to a deer, guys. Now, I have made you all a promise, I want to say last year, that I am going to go ahead and show you all how to go about processing a deer. So step one today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking off the skin off this deer right here. And as time goes on, we will show you the rest of the process. All right, so I'm going to run you all through real quick what I went ahead and did with this deer right here, because of course it is me alone to hang this deer up, guys. So what I typically like to do is I like to go ahead and drop the belly on the ground from this deer right here, making it a bit easier for me to hang it up on my deer rack. Okay, so this deer right here, it was a heart shot, you know, right at about 100 or so yards from the stand up to where the feeder is. And just a moment, I'll show you what that heart looks like. So right here, guys, is that deer heart. Like I said, from 100 yards, we went ahead and harvest this deer right here. And it was actually a heart and a lung shot. Okay. And so, put this up. And so whenever you're out there in the hunting stand, now this is for beginners, okay? And you're getting ready to harvest a deer. If you're not experienced shooter, if you've not been shooting for a long time, you typically want to go for a double long shot on a deer. Yesterday when I took this deer, I said, you know what, I'm going for the heart, and exactly where I land that bullet. All right. So what we're going to go ahead and do right now, of course, like I said, I have the stomach drop. Now we're going to go ahead and take the skin off this deer right here. So what I typically like to do, and of course this deer have been aging, guys, for right at about 18 hours now. So it is a bit stiff, which that is totally fine. The reason why we age it outside like this is because the temperature is real nice and cool. And so that's the way we like it. So I'm going to go ahead and take these front leg off. Now, what you want to go ahead and do is make a little slit right here, just like that. Now, one of the things with your knife, you want a very sharp knife. You don't want to be hitting your knife on any bones. Okay, so once I know I get down to where that bone is, now I come on in just like that, and I snap that leg just like that there, guys, and I just go on around on the back side. Try not to hit any bones. And take that leg on out. All right. Okay, so now that I have those front legs out of the way, now what I'm going to be doing, going to take my knife and I'm going to be coming up underneath that skin, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to just run my knife straight on up. Right on up here. Then I come on back to the chest area right here. and repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now that we have both sides finished, now we're going to move on up to the top. Okay, so we're going to come on back here and finish that cut, get that open on up. And what we're going to do now, we're going to come with our knives or with our knife and barely pick that skin up. You don't want to get into the meat. And then what I'm going to do, turn that knife to the sharp side, and I'm just going to run this knife on up to where the skin is. Okay. Now also, one of the things, guys, that you want to pay attention to, oftentimes I would hear people say, hey, someone prepared venison for me and it was very gamey. It tastes like the wild. Now, this is a doe here. So what you want to do, you want to be careful whenever you're doing a buck. You want to make sure that these glands, even with the doe, you want to make sure that these glands in the back, you're not touching on them, rubbing on them. Then you come with your hand touching on the meat, because if you do that, guys, your meat will get a bit gamey. So you want to be careful with that right there. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get that out of the way. Okay. And if you notice, I am working around that gland, trying not to touch it, because absolutely not. We don't want our meat to taste too gamey. All right. So what I'm doing now is just working that knife around the tendon. All right. And voila, we got that right where we want it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to repeat the same step on this side, and we'll show you the next process. Okay, and so now that I have those two legs right there skinned off, guys, and you want to make sure that all that hair, you get all that hair off your hand, because you don't really want to get that hair on your meat. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is pretty much just going to hold that hair, or the skin rather, and pull on it just like that. When I get to certain spots, such as right here, I will just go ahead, pick up that skin, and I'll go ahead and disconnect that right there, guys. Just like that. Okay, be sure to get any hair off your hand. Right there, just like that. Now what I'm going to do, and I'll show you from this side, just going to go ahead, grab that right there, and just pull that back, just like that. Show you on this side, and that's what it's looking like. Just pull it just like that. Now you see how easy that is. Now what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be pulling this hide, or this skin off of this deer, just like that. Very easy, guys. All right. See that? And it makes it even a bit easier that with this deer being cooled down. It makes it very easy. As you see, all I'm doing is just pulling that meat or pulling that skin off. Now, if you remember where I made that slit when I was coming up from that front leg, that is where you get that disconnection from right here. Now, I'm just going to come on the inside now. And I'm going to pull on that just like that. And there you go. Just come now, just like this, and just pull that front leg right off. Okay. Now this side I'm not really going to show too much because it is a bit messy in this area from the damage from that bullet. Okay, so we're not going to show this side right here, guys. Okay, and so this neck meat right here, just doing the same thing. Now it do take a little bit of power to pull it down. Now if you are a lady and you don't want to be doing all that pulling with this skin right here, you can use the knife and just you know, work that layer, work that skin off. Okay. And that is it right there. It is just that easy to get the skin off. Of course, it takes a little bit of strength to get it off. Now, what I'm going to be doing with this skin right here, guys, that's why I didn't really put too much holes in it to pull it off. I'm going to try my hand at tanning this deer skin right here. Okay, so we're going to put it to the side and I'll get back to it later. All right. Okay, and so what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be cleaning this deer on up. Now, if you see all this, you know, skin, silver skin and different stuff like that, before I take this deer down off of this deer rack, I'm going to go ahead, clean it up. A lot of this fat and stuff that is on this deer, I'm going to be taking it off because yes, it will be going to good use, guys. We will go ahead and render it down and make some tallow with the fat from this deer right here. Use it for making soap or, you know, whatever camera lady wants to do with this okay, deer right so here. If you come on in real quick, get back, get back, get back. So if you come in real quick, you can see what it is that I'm getting ready to do. Okay, and that is just taking off this, what you call it, a membrane. Taking off this membrane right here, guys. Okay, just like that. And that's just to make this deer look clean and, you know, presentable. All right. And so meat like this right here, we'll go ahead and further clean this on up, and that will go into the grind pile, guys. Okay, see that? That will make some good grind. Okay, as y'all can see what I'm doing right here. And this right here, this membrane, I'll just go ahead and feed that to my dog. That is nothing to really try to hold on to. And also another thing, whenever you're doing deer, now of course, like I said, this is for beginners. Of course, you want to make sure you get all this fat off of this deer, guys. Really, the fat does not really taste too good whenever you cook it, so you want to make sure you get it all off. Okay, and with this deer being cold, it makes it a bit easier for me to work with getting this fat off of this deer. Okay, and so now that you get an idea of what I'm doing, let me go ahead and get all this fat off, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. Now that you've seen this deer, just about all the fat that was on this deer has now been removed. There's still a little bit more fat that is remaining on this deer, guys, that we will eventually go ahead and get it off of this deer as we go through the rest of the process. Okay, now as y'all can see, hey, that is a clean deer, showing you all how we go about skinning this deer right here, guys. Now, you know, I do apologize for not showing you the gutting process of this deer, because of course that is a very important part of that step. But we did not want YouTube to take this video on down, because yes, it was very messy. Okay, and so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this deer off of this rack right here, and we're going to go ahead and finish up processing this deer. We're going to make that part 2 of processing this deer. And of course, guys, as you all know, I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Now, Of course, my prayer is that you all took something away from this video right here. If you are a beginner processing out a deer, that this video was helpful to you all. All right, so go ahead. Thank you for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead, and we'll catch you all on the other side.